Hello there and welcome back to some more Gran Turismo 4. Today we're continuing on my Let's Play. This is episode 111. In today's episode we're continuing on with the German manufacturer races, moving on to BMW, where we've got two events to do. We've got the 1 Series Trophy and Club We'll do 1 Series Trophy actually. I'll rearrange this episode structure. There you go, Inferno, that'll give you something to do during this. And because we're doing the 1 Series Trophy first, we will go for the 120D because we've got to drive a diesel. Yay!
Oh.
This car comes in nothing but bad colours.
I like that Sonora or whatever that was, because it's abysmal.
I bought it in Sydney Blau. Anyways, hell yeah boys, diesel time. Dieselgate! Wait,
wrong brand.
Talking about diesel.
Oh, the 120i comes in different colours, like Havana and Japan Rot, which is accurate for a BMW.
What is Japan Rot? I need to search this up.
I'm gonna put a big exhaust on it so I can spray diesel flames all over
Probably
my...
means Japan Red.
What's up,
Japan.
Ludo,
Yes,
by the
it
way?
does. Yes, it means Japan Red. And yes, did you see about the Audi CEO?
Yeah.
Put on the rise?
Oops.
Oh no, what a shame.
Oh, he's going to try to get rid of the proof. Let's arrest him. And there goes credibility.
Oh my god, you can actually put... that's not even that much power for a fucking Stage 3 turbo. Anyways, that'll probably do it. I don't think this is going to be a particularly hard racing series. Anyways, as you can imagine, the 1 Series Trophy is open to the 120i and the 120D.
Please be Nürburgring.
And we begin with 1 laps of Grand Valley. I love having 1 laps of Grand Valley.
I prefer long walks on the beach.
Also, Emile, I've done the thing.
Rearrange them. Yeah, here's the thing. A, I realised the series was above, and B, I've realised something even better. I could not do the 1 Series Trophy on anything other than episode 111.
Oh.
I actually realised that, like, literally just now, and I'm like, I am a fucking creative genius. I have thought this through amazingly well.
You're amazing.
You're the best around. Nothing's ever gonna bring you down.
Copyright ID.
Copyright
Oh, as
ID.
if our singing's that good.
Bro, I'm gonna get copy striked.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm pleased you know.
No, we don't just break out into random acapella. And
Oh,
actually do
dude, I love
copyright
revving to 5.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I have launch.
Oh my god.
stuff.
Oh my god, the 1 Series of fucking... I don't know what the fuck they're... What are you doing?
It's actually a mating ritual.
Fucking... I just realised something about the 1 Series.
What?
The rear end of it looks exactly like a modern day Ford Ka Plus.
A modern day Ford.
Well, there you go, that's the 1 Series ruined for everyone.
Actually, you broke up, so we didn't hear that.
What?
You broke up,
out just as you said that.
so we don't know what it looks like.
Oh. It looks like the Ford Ka Plus.
The Ford what?
Neil.
What?
Why?
It kind of does though, I mean look at it.
What? The Ford what?
The Car Plus.
Car Plus?
KA Plus.
Oh, Car Plus.
Ka Plus. That's what I call them.
Sounds like a shit board game your nan would buy you.
It's like the shit version of Club Honk from Lidl.
Fucking little man.
I'm sorry, I'm too thingy about something. Give me 1 second. We're back! Nothing desynced. How fucking amazing is that? Also, while we was gone, I got a chance to listen to the amazing exhaust note of the mighty 120D.
Oh.
It sounds like a cement mixer falling off a cliff.
He's going over that cliff.
As all diesels do.
Meanwhile, in America,
Have you googled
diesel
the Ford
truck,
Ka Plus,
diesel
by the
truck,
way?
diesel truck. Oh no, I never did. Let me look at it.
Should Google it and see how much the back end of it literally looks
Is it
like.
stupid and like, is it just KA word plus or is it plus sign?
It's the plus sign.
Oh, I see it. Oh.
We've got one
Yeah.
as a courtesy car at the moment.
Shocking coffee.
That looks sad.
Yeah, but if you
What's
see
the
like
difference between
look
it and?
look at the back end of it, and then look at the back end of the 1 Series.
Oh God, you're right.
Yeah,
Wait, actually, the black end looks like a Mitsubishi Mirage's back end too, with the tail
a
lights.
little bit. But yeah, we've got a Cub Plus as a rental car at the moment. Not as bad as you'd think.
Is it just a 4-door and that's it?
Yeah, it only comes in 4-door. Oh yeah, I forgot this was only 1 laps of Grand Valley.
Hey.
Hey, the
That's too many.
diesels prevailed as well. Diesel
That's 'cause
power,
they're
yeah!
Audi at Lamar.
Non-restricted
JPEG.
diesels for the win, baby.
But you're hurting the environment.
You're hurting
Think about
it.
the sulfur. Think about the sulfur.
Think of the children.
I thought you eat children.
Yeah, I do. Fucking love it.
Do they just taste better when there's less sulfur in the air?
They taste better with bacon on them. Anyways, Infinium Raceway's next. Can I... Also, actually, I need to admit something during the course of this episode.
What?
As much as they are really starting to be driven by cunts at this point, I actually don't hate the
You
1
still
Series.
I know you don't hate the 1 Series.
Like, it's... Okay, hear me out. It's one of the better looking BMWs from this sort of generation, because BMW was just designing shit at this point. And as much as I'm not a fan of rear-wheel drive, because I really don't care for it, the fact that there's still... I mean, not for much longer, but the fact that there's still, like, 1 rear-wheel drive hatchback left in the world is kind of cool.
Not for
I think I was
very
actually
long.
looking at getting one of these. Because when I had my Polo, I was like convinced I was just going to get like some fucking new car on finance. And I think I was looking at... Shit, what was I looking at? Ford Fiesta Titanium, a twin-air Fiat 500, and like a 120i or something, I don't know.
Hey, Mel.
Hmm?
Will they shoot you down, but will you fall? Cause you're a titanium.
I'm gonna stab your children.
They're
One
playing out half
fun thing about
children.
the Cup Plus, by the way. It's a
This is a
weird,
fun thing.
it's a weird car inside, right? Because it's everything's chunky, but everything's small. Like, I think it has legitimately the smallest set of gauge instruments I've ever seen in my life. They're minuscule. It's so weird. Like, the tachometer's like literally the size of like a pound coin.
Do they come in manual still too?
Yeah, it's manual.
So you just gotta squint really hard.
It's the Car Plus is actually an interesting thing because Ford's basically shot themselves in the foot with it.
How?
Because they sell it with a 1.2 petrol engine, which they buy from Fiat, because that's what was in the old car, which was based on the Fiat 500, instead of putting in the EcoBoost 1 litre, which would make more sense because the EcoBoost 1 litre is smaller and more efficient and more powerful.
And it's a Ford engine?
Yeah, and it's a Ford engine. And for whatever reason, Ford refuses to put that engine in it because I'm assuming what they think is if they put that engine in the Car Plus will basically start shifting more than the Fiesta will. And it's Ford. They want to keep the Fiesta like the best-selling car because it's been the best-selling car for the past decade. I mean, I'm fairly certain, like, year by year, Ford have had the best-selling car of the year for the last, like, 45 years in the UK or something. I think they've had best-selling car in the UK since, like, the 80s. And the only reason that happened is because the Astra beat it by, like, a couple of hundred sales at one point in, like, the 80s at some point, because the Escort was shit compared to the Astra at one point.
That doesn't sound like it's possible.
Because Ford decided in the 80s, when it came to the Escort, Ford sort of decided they didn't care. and that any old shit would sell. And to be fair, to a point, they were right. I mean, unless we're talking big cars, because, I mean, the Ford Sierra didn't sell at first, and the Ford Scorpio. Yeah.
Isn't that the very sad-looking one?
The Scorpio's the weird-looking one, yes. The Scorpios are panther body. When did Inferno die, anyway?
I think he just did.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Well, don't you have it muted so it doesn't show up on recording anyway?
No, no. I should have it, but I don't. Also,
Oh.
call me anal, but I've just figured out this thing has parking sensors. Ooh.
I love how this is what you notice.
Welcome to my life.
Parking sensors. Ooh.
The problem is, once you notice parking sensors on a car, that's when you sort of like... Because, no, even to this day, cars still can't hide parking sensors. Which is weird.
You're kind of right about that.
Yeah, but it's weird considering Jaguar did it in like 2003 and no one's been able to...
You're right. The X-Type did.
Yeah, the X-Type hit them in the black bit, didn't it? Also, trying to win Motegi.
No, I think they hid them in such a way where they were just like, what was it? They had
hid
like a
them in,
plastic cover over them.
No, they actually hid them in underneath the car, like where the exhaust is, there was like this black piece of plastic, and they just put them all in there because no one looks down there.
I think the front ones had like some sort of plastic cover over
Oh
them,
yeah, the
maybe.
front ones might have.
Yeah. I love how my mom's truck doesn't even attempt to hide the parking sensors.
God, do you know what the absolute worst one is?
What?
And Azzy, you're going to hate me for this because you're going to figure this out as well. On the Honda CR-V, right? And this is really weird. On the Honda CR-V, right, there's 4 parking sensors because that's the way they usually do it, right? They have 2 on the sides and then 2 in the middle, right? Because of the way the plate is on the CR-V, it's like mounted right down on the back bumper, right? And obviously, you know the CR-V, it's got the spare wheel cover, hasn't it? Right?
Mm-hmm.
On the CR-V, they mount the sensors on the bumper where the plate is. The problem is, where the plate is, it's sort of like mounted slightly to the left, so they can't stick the second parking sensor in there. So what they did was just move it up onto the boot. So there's just one parking sensor that's out of sync with the rest of the car. And they didn't like...
Motherfucker.
Yeah, but it's really stupid because it's like the way to do it would have been to move both of the other parking sensors up, or like move the other parking sensor up to the boot, so like it looks like, oh, it's got 2 on the bottom and 2 on the top, but no, there's just only one that's out of sync.
You
It's
fucking
so stupid.
prick. Why?
I mean, realistically, Volvo's got the best idea of doing it without doing what Jag did, which is just put it in, you know, those like weird pieces of plastic trim they have on a bumper where it like follows the side skirts and stuff. They just hide them in there. Which makes sense because the car's already indentated there anyway. Like, you can notice it straight away, but it doesn't really matter. But I don't know what it is about parking sensors. No one can do them right. Like, the only way to really solve it now is to put the reversing camera in there, because you don't need the sensors, do you?
Yeah.
And you got to start putting parking cameras there because the American government have decided they're mandatory for some reason.
You know,
For some.
speaking of the CRV and the RAV4, aren't they basically the automotive equivalent of selling out?
Oh, don't. Me and Azza have discovered the CRV is the coolest car in the world.
The first
is.
gen one?
Yeah.
Yes.
It has...
What about the first gen RAV4?
no, screw the first gen RAV4, as cool as that looks. The CRV has something special.
What?
On the dashboard, it has... Right, basically, on the dashboard of it, it has like this weird blank space. I don't know why the fucking Elgato keeps flickering. I need to figure that out. I think it's just because my foot's like touching the USB thing, maybe disconnected. I don't know. Anyways, right, the CRV has like this weird like blank space in the dashboard, and I always thought that made it look ugly as fuck. But then I ended up zooming in on it one day, right?
Yeah.
And I realised there was this awesome thing. It was this little wheel. Kind of looks like a climate control wheel. And do you know what it says above that?
What?
Cool box. And I realised the space in the dashboard. There's a fridge in the dashboard of the first CRV to put chocolate bars in. That
Oh boy.
is
Yeah.
genius design right there. My boy's Honda representing Suzuka, I think. I actually don't know where Japan's.
I think
Honda's based.
Honda is closer to Fuji.
Doesn't Honda have its own city at this point, or is that no? Toyota has a city,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
Toyota
City.
has its own city.
Yeah, Toyota City in Toyota, Japan. Because hey, Lamal.
We just bought our own city, you know.
This
Really
is
do
how
be
much
that way
money we
sometimes.
make from Americans who buy RAV4s and Camrys. How you doing? Anyways, that's the end of the 1 Series trophy. If we get a fucking
Yeah.
special coloured 1 Series, I'm gonna kill myself.
And before it's
I don't think it is. I think it's like some other like weird like olden days BMW. It wouldn't surprise me if it's
it's
like
a BMW M1.
wouldn't surprise me if it's
has
like a
one-
507 or something.
507.
Oh, it's that thing. Okay,
Oh, it's a 2002 turbo.
a car which I've
That
always
makes sense.
hated for one reason, which we'll get to in a second,
Why is it called the 2002?
because that's
That's a
the
good
model
question.
name.
I think that's just its BMW's name.
No, it's the
scheme back
engine.
then.
It's the engine size. Because the
That's
old one was
the-
called the 1600, and then they had the 2000, and
Yeah,
then the
and-
second
and-
gen of the 2002.
Yeah, but this is actually the original 3 series.
Yeah, pretty much.
Before it was actually the 3 series.
Anyways, here's what irritates me about the 2002 turbo.
What?
Look at the fucking front bumper, 2002 and turbo and mirrored so it appears in a wing mirror. That's stupid.
That's fucking horrible.
But do you know what isn't stupid?
What?
This car comes in a colour called Shamonics, which is neato,
Wait, Shamonics.
as in the rally,
Uh,
which we did earlier in the game. Anyways, 70.2% completion. Interestingly enough, we're on the 1st of March, which I believe means that's when the start of the game happened. So we've actually gone through
Whole year.
a couple of
Full
yeah,
year.
we've gone through a couple of full years. Year 4 we're on apparently. So there we go. That's a fun little distraction. 70.2% completion. And that's the end of this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Next time, we're going to be taking a look at more BMWs when we look at Club. Join us for that. Until then, farewell.